So good afternoon. Yeah, you know, these days the color of India, but that man who called and told me off to say, we want to talk, and then you are saying, no, today I'm not talking. Today I'm not talking. That man, got me. He got me. So each time I want to feel like, giving an excuse of not coming up, I think about that man. This is the power of, the voice. When people speak, you listen. And it stays in somebody's mind. So anyway, good afternoon. So today I just want to talk about a few points. But one of the first points is the president in China. In China, we were sitting on the edge, hoping that the president is not snubbed by Xi Jinping. But finally they met. But I can only hope that the trip will be fruitful. They will come out with something. Hakainde Hichilema is in a very difficult situation in terms of foreign policy, because if you ask what is our foreign policy, if you ask ourselves what is President Hakainde Hichilema's foreign policy, what are we pursuing? Because you see, as a country and a government, and particularly as a president, because you are on top there, you must be able to have, internal policies. What is it that you are pursuing? What is your agenda? What ideologies are you following? Hakainde Hichilema is everywhere, on the international, on the local scene. On the international scene is just nowhere. Is just nowhere. What is he pursuing? On the international level, what is his agenda? What role is Zambia playing on the geopolitics? What is Zambia playing in terms of geopolitics? Where are we? What are we talking about? Where are we? We are nowhere. We are just nowhere. We are nowhere because, we were going with the West. When Hakainde Hichilema just came into power, he was pro-Western, pursuing capitalistic policies, aligning with the Americans and so on and so forth. But he's lost, and he was also part of the human rights issues. He was also part of the human rights issues. I'm sure the Western countries were looking forward to him becoming president and have somebody that will be able to respond to people like Museveni, who have introduced a law against the whatever gay LGBTQ. But he moved away from that. And even on the issue of Ukraine, he was also part of that. Remember, we even voted against the war in Russia. Okay, but now Fiance, he has backed out. He came in full force that he will pursue the Western agenda, but he has backtracked. And now he wants to go to China. And if anything, he's just there. It's so it becomes very difficult. These situations are very important for you to participate on an international politics, on the geopolitics. It's very important. Why? Because it gives you a direction, and you get like-minded friends to be with you. If you are not picking an agenda on the geopolitics, you don't have an agenda, you don't have an alignment where you are, I mean, of course, alignment, this doesn't mean that you don't have to necessarily be on the western side or on the eastern side. You can even be in between. You can even be in between. But there must be somewhere where, you lie, such that those who are part of that group are able to, draw interest in you. And you can be able to solicit friendship and help from those people. At the moment, Zambia, on an international platform, we are nowhere. If you remember, Edgar Lungu, he did quite well in that. He did quite well in that. You remember Edgar Lungu was being invited to some of these countries to engage on certain international matters, like you remember in Kenya, okay? In Kenya, when there were those issues relating to former President Kenyatta and Uhuru, President Edgar Lungu was caught in Congo DR. In Congo DR, President Edgar Lungu was one of those people that was being talked to when you talk about the Congo conflict. In South Africa also, what is this? Edgar Lungu created a relationship, particularly with Zuma. He created a relationship in South Africa. In Zimbabwe, President Edgar Lungu with Mnangagwa, you could see that there was a relationship. Now, tell me, where is our relationship in as far as Hakainde Hichilema is concerned? So it becomes very difficult. You are lukewarm. You are lukewarm before others. Imagine Hakainde Hichilema, where he is. Where he is now. We have about 27 presidents who are in China right now. Now, among those 27 presidents who are in China now, tell me, where is Hakainde Hichilema? Where is Hakainde Hichilema? Among those leaders, those African leaders who are there, where is Hakainde Hichilema? Where is Hakainde Hichilema? Because of the way he has been a wishy-washy kind of person, a very unreliable person. Being unreliable, being double-tongued. Lelo alandefi, Milo alandefi, on an international scene, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. You don't get friends. So Hakainde Hichilema is even lucky, but of course, everyone had to meet Xi Jinping, that's for sure. But really, I don't think he's enjoying himself in China. I don't think he's enjoying himself. I don't think he's enjoying himself. But nonetheless, it's okay. He's there. We can only hope for the best, because whatever they strike, whatever good they get out of China is good for our country. They have been talking about so much about electricity. But what surprises me is that as bad as things are right now, Mwebantu, as bad as things are right now, Zambia is still exporting electricity. And this is a challenge that I give to those that can ask questions, to ask government if Zambia has completely stopped exporting electricity. The answer I want to tell you, which is actually my concern, I was actually speaking to somebody who actually prompted this discussion. In Zambia, as bad as things are, Zambia is still exporting electricity. As bad as things are, we are actually struggling to even import electricity, but Zambia is still exporting electricity. I'm putting this one as a challenge to government to respond. If they are not exporting electricity, Zambia is still exporting electricity. If whilst you are suffering the way you are going days without electricity, your country, your government, your president is exporting electricity. I'm challenging them to respond, to say we are not longer exporting electricity. I'm challenging them to come out like that. I'm challenging them to come out like that. because this exporting of electricity is actually what has caused problems for us. They keep talking about drought. It's not drought, Nami Papata. It's not drought. What has brought us where we are, it is the exporting of electricity, because we have had to run our machines, our turbines at full capacity, at full force, so that we can be able to export electricity. That is where the problem is. That is where the problem is. And I can tell you, I can give you, the proof of that. The proof of that is that we have one Kariba. We have one Kariba. In Zimbabwe, as we are talking, Zimbabwe does not have the kind of load shedding that we have. If and you challenge those in government, because drought. Okay, drought. We agree there was drought. But the question that I'm asking those who are in government, why is it that next door in Zimbabwe, where we share the same Kariba, because now ikula issue here, drought. No, I am telling you that we draw our electricity from Kariba Dam, where Zimbabwe also draws electricity, and we draw ours. Now, how is it that the same Kariba where we draw electricity, Zimbabwe has power, or at least not as bad as in Zambia? How is it that at least in Zimbabwe it's better off than what we have in Zambia? How is it? I don't know if you follow. I want you to follow me very well. We draw water from the Kariba, and this Kariba is shared by two countries. If you like, it's like shared by yes, Kariba North Bank for Zambia and Kariba South Bank for Zimbabwe. Yes. So indeed, so if we draw electricity from the same dam, how is it that Zimbabwe has electricity and Zambia doesn't have electricity? Is it that Zambia load shedding only happened in Zambia? Drought only happened in Zambia? Because the rivers that takes water into the Kariba are the same rivers that we are using. Zimbabwe doesn't have its separate rivers. It's the same rivers. So the question that I'm asking today, this evening, I'm challenging Iwe Cornelius Mwetwa, I'm challenging Iwe Winetabukawana, I'm challenging Waaka Inde Ichilema, I'm challenging you. The question that I'm asking, because you are busy talking about drought. The question that I'm asking you is that we draw from the same Kariba. How is it that Zimbabwe is better off than we are? How is it? And now the answers are the ones that I'm providing you. The answers, number one, is that Zambia has been exporting electricity. Zambia has been exporting electricity, whilst Zimbabwe has not been exporting electricity. Zimbabwe has not been exporting electricity. Now, what is the difference? The difference is that it's like when you have water, when you have water, I need to demonstrate this. Maybe I need to demonstrate this. I want to demonstrate this. I want to demonstrate this somehow. I want to demonstrate so that you people can understand. I'll put here. put my chair there. Now I need something that I can put here so that I can put this glass there. So this is our Kariba Dam. This is our Kariba Dam where both Zambia and Zimbabwe is drawing water. So this is our Kariba Dam. This is our Kariba Dam. This is Zimbabwe. This is Zambia. Okay? This is Zimbabwe. This is Zambia. So what happens? What happens is that the way the Zambezi River Authority operates is that we share this water. We share this water in the Kariba Dam. How we share it? How do we share it? We share it, for example, if this is 2 liters, it means that Zambia is supposed to draw 1 liter and Zimbabwe is supposed to draw 1 liter. So it is the same Kariba Dam. It's the same Kariba Dam. But in this Kariba Dam, we share the water. We share the water, meaning we have an allocation. We have an allocation. Zambia has equal allocation, 50, 100, let's say 1 liter, and Zimbabwe 1 liter. Now, as we are drawing, ukwama machine yesu ngayale bomba, whilst our machines are working, meaning we are drawing water. We are drawing water. Like that. Zimbabwe is also drawing water. Okay? Now, if Zambia has drawn like this, this is the situation. You see the water that is remaining, very little. Okay? Very little. But Zambia is the one that has drawn more water. Zimbabwe has only drawn this much. So now, what is happening is that Zambia is not able to draw water as much because the water which is remaining there is for Zimbabwe. It's for Zimbabwe. So, if we to apwisha mwangwame ishi, and why have we finished the water first from our Kariba Dam? We have finished water from our Kariba Dam because we need a lot of water to run our turbines because we are exporting electricity and we are providing for the mines. We are exporting electricity and we are providing for the mines. And that is why we have finished water more than Zimbabwe. And now the little water which is there, it is for Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe does not draw water quickly. They draw it cautiously. Whilst Zambia draws very fast. So that is the situation. It's the same Kariba Dam. But Zambia, because of exporting electricity and supplying the mines, we draw too much water such that the water, our allocation in the Kariba Dam finishes. And this is the situation. Now to Shereka Tushinga 8% here over there and up. 8%. Out of our allocation, we are only remaining about 8%. But Zimbabwe has a little bit more. And why has Zimbabwe have a little bit more? Zimbabwe has a little bit more because they have been careful in the way they have been utilizing their water. Zimbabwe has been careful in the way they have been utilizing water. Zambia has been careless. Careless because of the adamancy of President Hakainde Hichilema. Because we spoke about these things. We spoke about these things earlier on to say, look, you people stop exporting electricity. What did Hakainde Hichilema say? Hakainde Hichilema said, we have signed our contracts, we can't stop. Eh? But now, look at the situation. Look at the situation where we are now. And with the situation as bad as it is, the little electricity that they are generating, they are prioritizing the people that they are so-called people that they have signed contracts with. That is what they are prioritizing. It is a challenge that I'm giving you now. I'm giving you a challenge that therefore our government, bakane, if they are not exporting electricity, in spite of the dire situation that we are in, these people are still exporting electricity. I am reliably informed. Because the people that are in government, this is a problem that we have, the biggest issue with this government. The people that are in there, they are frustrated. They are frustrated. Hakainde Hichilema's government is frustrating professionals. They are frustrating professionals such that those who are professionals, they are failing it, they are finding it difficult to work. And they are complaining. There are people in ZESCO who are complaining. How do I know that they were exporting? They were exporting, they were exporting up to about 101 megawatts. How do I know? I know because there are people who are telling me that. And it's a challenge. If these people are giving me false information, I want my government to respond, to say, no, it is not true. We have stopped exporting electricity. As bad as it is, you are going days without electricity. And his government, they are still selling electricity outside. And of course, they are also supplying to the mines. The mines are not load shedded, by the way. And if you talk about the percentage of you people, Zambia's consumption of electricity is less than 10%. Out of what we generate, I think the Zambian population, you just consume about 5 to 7%. The rest of it, it goes into the mines and it goes into exportation. So if you just really look at it, you would actually realize that this government is so irresponsible. It is nothing but utter irresponsibility. It is nothing but utter desire to make money. Avarice, they call it in the Bible. Avarice, love of money. It is about avarice. Because vaka inde ichilema, ichalo chilewa chipanga kwati, nintemba ya bonomba to make money. Because you people, you make haka inde ichilema become big-headed. That haka inde ichilema is very rich. Haka inde ichilema is very rich. Now he is under pressure to live to that reputation that, you praise singers and some of you Zambians who are naive gave him. You gave him this reputation that Zambia is very, Hakainde Hichilema is very rich. And now he's busy trying to make money so that he can measure up to that reputation. It is sad. And, the worst thing about this is that, look, somebody was saying, look, strategic places, there are strategic places and sensitive places where electricity should never go. There are sensitive areas and strategic areas where electricity should never go. Just like Kuri Hakainde Hichilema, now State House, for example, now they have changed, they have taken it to community house. For example, State House, you should not have load shedding. You should not have power cut in State House. There should be no moment where State House is in dark. It shouldn't be. Unfortunately, one day these are some of the sins that Hakainde Hichilema may have to answer for, because now all those facilities have been taken to community house, which is a private house. But nonetheless, when you're talking about the security of the president, you cannot have blackout in State House. You shouldn't. And I'm assuming, the president is living in State House. You shouldn't. There are areas, for example, hospitals, UTH, UTH should never have a situation where electricity is gone. Hospitals, they are emergency places. They are emergency places which should be supplied with electricity 24/7. 24/7. No excuse of drought, no excuse. Some of these hospitals, they are very important. UTH, Levi Mwanawasa, Ndola Central Hospital, Arthur Davison Hospital, and so on and so forth. All these government hospitals, which have got a number of patients and a number of operations being done in those hospitals, where they need oxygen to supply to people so that they can stay alive. You don't need to know load shedding. Those hospitals should not know load shedding. They shouldn't know about it. It should never happen. But here we are. Hakainde Hichilema and his government, they are supplying electricity outside. They are exporting electricity. They are prioritizing other people. Hospitals, they are going without electricity. And you say, this is a government that cares. And you say, this is a president who knows what he's doing. Far from it. Far from it. You see, even during the time of, apart from, but anyway, let me go to other areas. The other area is security areas. Security areas. Security areas such as barracks. I saw somebody told me about this, and some of you are taking it like a joke. Praise singer. That man who sent me that message, is actually a senior, a very senior officer. Yes, he has said soldiers, because I'm a soldier barracks. Because some of you may not understand. This man has his concern, because we had a chat. His concern is that Mubaraks, Mubaraks mostly, yes, but mostly our they actually don't stay in barracks. They stay in my town, Makablonga, and whatever. So barracks, barracks, ma soldier. Ama soldier, they are the ones that carries the gun. They are the ones that carries the gun. And why do they stay in barracks? Barracks because at any time they can be called upon. Mubaraks, I don't know now, but when I was growing up, soldiers were called by, the sounding of a flute, flute can. That one, I don't know what you call. I don't know if that's a flute or whatever. That is how they are called. It's not a time phone, a time WhatsApp. A soldier does not sleep. He sleeps, paying attention outside. Anytime he can be called. And that's why we keep them in the barracks. It is that for any time they are ready. And this is why, from time immemorial, or any country where you will go, you will not find that barracks are load-shedded. Barracks are not load-shedded. They are not load-shedded. And that message which I posted, you must take it very seriously. Very seriously. Don't talk about, don't start looking, because I know if I were at home, you would have been looking to give me another charge of mutiny. No. Listen. You should be listening. That's all. Me, I'm a public lawyer. And some of these information that come out from the people, they are very useful for you people in government. So instead of you being excited, wanting to see, how are we going to get him? No. Listen good. That is one man I spoke to. But I can assure you, that message is cutting across many of our men in uniform, particularly the soldiers. So barracks are sensitive areas. It is the last defense. It is the last in defense. That's why even when we heard that Bahaka in the HM has changed, to put those security whatever committee, that committee of soldiers, ZNS, ZAF and whatever. When we heard that Hakainde HM has appointed the intelligence to be the chairperson of that committee, we expressed concern, because there is no way the army commander should be under anyone. It shouldn't be. The army commander is only under the president, the commander-in-chief. That's all. That's all. There shouldn't be anyone who should be above the army commander. The army commander, it's next to the president. Army commander next to the president. But who will take over in the HM? Everything you are being casual. You are being ignorant, because most of this is ignorance and tribalism, where you think that a certain tribe is the one that should be. But no, when you talk about national matters, these things, it is not about the tribe. It doesn't matter which tribe you come from. It doesn't matter. When you are the army commander, you are the one who's supposed to be on top. Nobody should be in between the army commander and the president. Nobody should be in between. But in between, you don't do that. You don't do that. And this matter, I'm telling you, it is for you. It is important that you consider it. You think about it. It is good that it has come out. This is a good thing. That's why for me, I like when people are talking, because when people talk, they reveal something that you may not have thought about it. For me, I didn't think about this issue of Wama Barracks. I didn't think about it until I received that message. And that's how a leader should be. When you receive a message, you take it seriously. You don't start making excuses. Now I saw you to praise the singer. You are busy. You are busy taking it in Kwatima politics. Busy defending. Hey, you are a soldier. Hey, it should be for continuous training. Hey, where did you fight a war? Hey, whatever. You should have initiative. You are mocking soldiers. Do you know what you are doing? You are mocking soldiers. You are UPND. You to praise singer. You are mocking soldiers. You have the courage to mock soldiers on social media. I'm a soldier, and you start rising up and start insulting them. Because it's not only one person that you are talking to. That man is one man, but is representing so many people. And it is a genuine concern. After interaction, I do appreciate, I do understand what he's talking about. You don't load shed barracks. You don't load shed barracks. You don't load shed barracks. Whatever you think, I want to tell you, you don't load shed barracks. You don't. And you think your situation is special. We are going to be celebrating 60 years of independence this year. 60 years of independence. Now, 60 years of independence. Are you telling me 60 years people never had load shedding? We didn't have, not load shedding, I mean, we didn't the drought. Are you telling me in the HM, 60 years, 60 years, you more from a drought? Kellington Mez Yaishireshan. Muma 1991, 1992. Why did we have that yellow maize? If not drought, why did we have? Because we ended up, Guy Scott ended up bringing that maize. Guy Scott na Antoine Kano, Deepak Patel. Na vena Antoine Kano, yachinani uyu Matan. They brought that because of load shedding. But whatever that situation was so bad, we didn't have this. We didn't have this. Even RB, El Nino, we knew about El Nino during the time of RB. That's when we knew that word, El Nino, El Nino, El Nino. It was during the time of RB. Edgar Lungu had drought. We never knew. We never saw this kind of nonsense. For the first time, our barracks are going black. Ama barracks, baleva load shaded for the first time. Mumuteko baba aka inde ichilema. And you, the praise singer, you are busy mocking them. You are busy mocking them because your aka inde ichilema is God. Your aka inde ichilema is Alpha and Omega, is everything. Who are the soldiers? That's basically what you are saying. Who are you? We can do without you. Mulifipuba. Mulifipuba ndemieba mulifipuba. Ubu teko ubu. Ngata mubutungirire bwino. Hey. Mukanjeva. Ubu teko. Ngata muchenjere. Mukaisanga muli mwamoneni. Mukaisanga muli mwamoneni. Mule monoko akuya mukusekela. Mule monoko akuya mukusekela. Mule monoko akutwala ma politics ya mfimbusu. Mule mono kwa kutwala politics ya mfimbusu. Mule mono kwa kutwala na tribalism yenu. Mwa mono kwa kujitwala. Ilenga ndemi yeba dionse mumuna kwa tayo. Tayari, shani, tayari. Is inciting. No, ni mwa muchita incite. Ni mwa muchita incite. Balaba ntunga muleva sekesha, they wouldn't be coming to me. Those people come to me because of the way you look after them. Of the way you look after them. That's why those people come to me. If you were looking after them, they wouldn't be coming to me. Who am I? I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. I don't have a government position. I have no one. But they come to me because they are affected. They are going through challenges. And you should thank God that these people are disciplined. Because a fool will say, no, they are not disciplined. Why are they telling a civilian? They are disciplined because if they were not disciplined, ngawala michita kantu. If they were not disciplined, ngawala michita kantu. But because they are disciplined, they want you to appeal. They want you to look into their issues. That's why they come out. And when I talk like this, it is not for you to start looking, hey, Daddy, hey, where is he? Let's get him. No. It's to listen. They are human beings. They may be handling guns and whatever, they may be soldiers, but they are human beings. They are human beings. Ichungulonga bwaita na bobalafuaya, banu wako akabwalo, bamfuako bwino. Bafuako gero. Shani abakashina bobabo na bobamoneka ku bwino. Abana babona bena balafu abafola ku bwino. Bako pa masukulu ya suma. They are human beings. They are human beings, and this is what they ask for. And this is what I talk about. But this government has been so reckless in looking after our men and women in uniform. Upon Delan Defi, I was also talking to somebody very senior from ZAF yesterday. From ZAF. You are busy saying, no, many of our men in uniform, those that are retiring, you have not paid them. Many of them, they are still, Muma Baraksi, Muma Police, they are still there. They have not been paid their money. These are the people that get frustrated. And in the if people are going to an extent of suicide, now yesterday I was talking about suicide. Even today we have another teacher who has committed suicide. I don't know if you have seen it on social media, but just that, I mean, I don't like to share, these things. Wambo big a picture, he has committed suicide. I don't. But I'm sure you have seen it on some of these pages. There is another suicide which happened yesterday. Now, the point I'm trying to tell you is that if people are getting that frustrated to a point of taking their own lives, what else can they do? Because you see, if you reach at a point of committing suicide, you might also reach a point of killing. You might reach if you have reached a point where you take your own life, you take your own life, it means you can also take another person's life. If you are serious, you should be very careful. But you should be very careful. Because I love my country, I am a patriot. It is for your own good that I'm talking about these things. I'm opening your eyes. Open your eyes. Don't play with people in security. Don't play with them. Do what you can to make their lives better. I'm a uniform. Uniform. When did you buy uniform for these people? In Sapato. When did you buy them in Sapato? I want to look for in Sapato. They must get, their boots, their clothes, and whatever. Matrax, they must get them from government. Now, our military people have resorted to buying boots for themselves. Buying boots for themselves. And yet you are there, you are supposed to give them. It is not just a matter of, ukula glass and whatever. No. No, run the country, protect our country. You have got a responsibility. And it starts with you people. You should be ashamed that these people are actually bringing reports to me. You should be ashamed. You should be ashamed. If you want to other countries like Western Africa, you have seen countries have been taken over by army officers. And surprisingly, they are actually doing much better than the nonsense that we have in our democratic whatever. Of course, I'm a Democrat. I'm not saying, we should promote coups. No, I'm certainly not for that. But surprisingly, where we have the army ruling, things are better than the nonsense that we have. We have the Waka in the HLM moving around and whatever. Kula yumfafe, but tapanin for tapanin for. So, but anyway, guard our democracy well by looking after these people. But the fact that Barrister retired, it doesn't make them less important. This is what you have to know. By the fact that at once a soldier, always a soldier. Once a soldier, always a soldier. We have veterans who have gone to fight wars. In their 60s, in their 70s, they have been in the battlefront fighting. Mushemfutira kana tiao iwete tulishe pantu akota. Atio muko tete chaikate. Oh. Don't be too careless with our country. Don't be too careless. You are being too careless. Give those people Amalite. Stop exporting electricity and make sure that Mubarak's Muriama light. It is not about them, because even the way I'm talking, you might take it to say, no, I want the soldiers to have electricity. Of course, it's their benefit. It's their benefit. But more importantly, they must be able to see. They must be able to see. They should never be in the dark. They must be able to see, what if an enemy evades us? Don't be too comfortable. Zambia is a peaceful country and whatever. Don't be too comfortable. Don't be too comfortable. Don't be too comfortable. You don't take matters of security by chance. You don't have to wait until you are hit and that's when you start waking up. No. Wake up now and make necessary preventive measures. Prevention is better than cure. Give the mama light. Give the mama light. Give the mama light our barracks. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give ama hospitals ama light. Give barracks ama light. Give ututu matawot ama radio transmissions and whatever. I am a radio transmissions here, especially I am a soldier. They should never go down. They should never go down. Soldiers in Imbala, they should be easily communicate with the Achan. What is this? Iliaba next to State House. They should be able to communicate. They should be able to communicate amongst themselves. That communication should never break. But we have a situation where there is no communication. Oh, if you've been quite exposed, but unfortunately, there is no any other way of advising you. It is very dangerous. I'm telling you so that you can do what is right for our country. You are exposing our country. You are compromising the security of our country. You are risking the lives of Zambians. You are risking our democracy. Baaka inde ichilema. Palapachi kuna munandati, tualika lapo. Awa soja nga bafulo tamwaka pekali. Awa soja nga bafulo tamwaka kwata maradi. Awa soja nga bafulo, you will not be able to lie. They will not give you a chance to lie. So respect them. They will never tell you. They will never tell you. But they have told me to tell you. They have told me to tell you. If I'm committing a crime, then you are a fool. Because you should be saying thank you very much. Thank you. And immediately you should take measures to make sure that you do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's why I posted of course I just posted a bit. It's not just coming from me. I didn't even think about this. It is until I received that message and I engaged that person, that's when I realized to say, this is serious. This is serious. But instead of social media, you are busy mocking them. Hey, whatever. Are you sure? Are you sure? Mukamwena kwa imwenga bure ya ngaraimi. Mukanjivukisha. Mukanjivukisha. One day mukanjivukisha ndemi. Mukanjivukisha. You are playing around. Baka inde ichirema. Ukawine muri ku China uko. One day bakamye batamwa wereko kuna ikare ni uko kwini. One day they will tell you don't come back. Or one day bakamironga muisaka. So be very careful. Be very careful. That is the situation. Anyway, so that is about that. But the other issue that I wanted to talk about, you play with the mule angara sana vaaka inde ichilemana no take away mule angara sana. How? What am I talking about? What I'm talking about is you people aba va UN balemba report you are still muletarika nayo. Okay, muletarika. Meanwhile, you continue abusing the human rights. Where is Nakachinda today? Where is Nakachinda today? Nakachinda Mwamwekete, how many days number? This is the third day. Nakachinda is still inside. And yet Mulekana, no, we are not abusing human rights. But today, Nakachinda, this is the third day. Why are you still keeping Nakachinda? Baaka in the Ichilema, you say no. Ngatwamikata 10 hours 14 hours, you are bonded. Why haven't you bonded in Nakachinda? And there are other people that are still inside. We know. I don't know if that boy who had the placard, Pa Freedom statue, Katushinga Balimu for me. If somebody can give me an update on that boy. If somebody can give me an update on that boy. But actually, there are a number of them that they got. That one at Jason Mwanza. Jason Mwanza. There is actually also a lady. But anyway, Jason Mwanza is the one that is... but I understand there were 3 people that were arrested. There is a lady that was arrested, and an old man, and Jason Mwanza. I don't know what is the situation on these. I don't know if they have been released or not. But I know Nakachinda is still inside. Why me is still inside? Jackson Chama, of course, is saving for something that he shouldn't. So the point I'm trying to make here is that why don't you behavior change? Behavior change so that what kind of people are you? And I want also to remind Zambians, I'll keep talking about this, that Bali Mipelo Bunga wa poison. Don't relax na papata. Don't relax. Yadiamataba, where are they? We might just be having Ubunga wa poison on the market. We might be having that. You people, mweba kwetama means. Ni chife na ma organization, na ma civil society tuwa kwa tanayo. Na ni ambi. Because some of you civil society, you can take those samples and take them Kuma labs. I'm encouraging you, those of you who have means, even as a citizen, you can take part of that meal, take it to a lab, let them test it. So that we know, because government you can't trust them. Babu fee. So those of you who have means, it would be good that a number of you, it is not much. I mean, you won't be charged a lot, Kumalabu. You won't be charged a lot. So take AMA samples, take Kuma labs, test them on a personal level. You can do it. So that we know the results, we know what is the status. Government Let's be proactive, Mwema Zambians. Let's be proactive. Some of you have got means, and I'm telling you that since you have means, quietly take the meal, take it to a lab. There are a number of labs now, private labs. That pima. Now we mwashita fyobunga fyemwebene, mwashita obunga before tamlambo kudia. Some of you have got means. You can be able to take that part of that, a portion of that meal. Mwatwala kulab. It won't even take long. They will give you results. Please, I'm begging you. I want you to be alive. These things, don't think that because wali kwati nichile chipuwa chaku Ministry of Defense, Permanent Secretary I'm eating. Kutu wali lelo. But if you yourself mamu, ni fimbi after some time. So those of you with means, I am encouraging you that when you buy that meal, go and check. Go and check before you start giving your children. Before you start consuming that, check it. You can take it to a lab and the lab will give you the results. And some of you who are going to do those things, you can even share those results with me. Because me, I'm here. I can't do those kind of things. So do that and share with me. So that tuishibe. Then let us also follow up. Zambians na papat. Let us follow up that medicine which was stored in the whatever. Mukasua. Let us check where have those trucks gone? Where have those containers gone? Where have they gone? Have they done tests to make sure that no, that or we are risking people being injected if you people dying? echo nakatindalevera ti genocide. Because when you are killing people, when you are exposing people to this kind of dangers, I mean, what are you committing? Echo nakatindalevera he is calling it genocide. Of course, I wouldn't call it genocide, but you can understand what he's talking about as a politician. You can understand what he's talking about. That's why Nakachinda, you are keeping him in jail, because you cannot go to court with that case and win it. You can't win it. You can't win that case. You can't. You can't win that case. Nakachinda is in court. You can't win that case where justice exists. Because you are the ones who have killed dogs. You are the ones who are killing people. By the fact that we don't have people that have been said, it doesn't mean that there are no people who have died out of that poison that they gave us. It doesn't mean so. Because at the moment, you know, our government hospitals, they can never release that. They can never. There is no hospital under the environment under the environment we are living in. There is no hospital that will be courageous to say, we have certified this person to have died as a result of the poison that was given to him by government through the mealie meal. They can't do that. So people are dying silently. People are dying silently. And that's why Nakachinda is saying that. And as long as there is some truth in what he's saying, there is no way Nakachinda will be convicted. There is no way Nakachinda will be convicted. That case is a BID. It's a brought-in dead. It can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. But Zambians, open our eyes. I'm telling you, number one, try to do, you know, on a personal level, before you consume it, check it that it's okay. You can simply get part of it, take it to a lab, they will check it, and they will give you the results. Uliomuti, I don't know how you're going to do it, especially I'm a journalist. You can put in, you know, a query. Even these NGOs, ito twali ama NGOs, if you know the Zambian Voice, twali ama press query. Not ama NGO, they are supporting, the government is messing up human rights, but you have the human rights coming up to defend them. If you have local on the road. But civil society, these are some of the things that they can do. These are some of the things that they should do actually. Anyway, I think I've made my point. Can you sura my phone so that naimwe mulandeko tumfwe eko mwalambo kusupport that but if you know, let them continue exporting electricity. How can you be exporting electricity? How can you be exporting electricity when you are in dire need? You are leaving hospitals in blackout. You are leaving barracks, risking the entire country. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening or good afternoon?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I just want to say something, and people should see what I mean. When you're making an agenda, you can be the main agenda, and then there are people who just fulfill the agenda. And then the main...
No, sorry.
Hello?
Please call back again. Hello?
I can hear you, but...
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Badishani batayari ba mashina bachirufya.
Bwino fe mukaya shan ma.
Awe ndife bwino.
Mukaya.
Batayari dena tubasyo kweba niko sedeshe. Alabali abakashi benu tamwaire bokira kuba. Wa kweba tibale mitumina phone bale mikalisi omutima. Mwalishi batu kwali bana secondary virginity mukabwero ko mukakasanga kali mu secondary virginity and nino mbaline abo abale mixta distract, forget about them. You know your wife and you believe in her.
ine chasiale nchitikirapo bushana mulaba lidya bambepe shati ninkwate fubo
Mayo.
Mukwai.
I'm sorry. I think it tend to let's put that one aside a bit.
Okay, I just wanted to encourage you.
Let's put that one a bit.
Forget about them.
Mkwai, not tell. No, I mean, and I will repeat that. I mean, yes, I'm a public figure, but I don't want my wife to be a subject, or my family to be a subject of discussion at any point. And if I can cut Vamumbipiri, you should also know, if I can cut Vamumbipiri from talking about it, what about the rest of you? I have so much respect for Vamumbipiri, but I've cut her on that issue. So even the rest of you, you should know. You should know. I get her point, and she's right, and I agree, and I say thank you very much. Except that I just don't want to make her a subject of discussion. My family members, I don't want them to be a subject of discussion. Me, Kutimwala definitions, no problem, no problem. You can say whatever it is. So, but anyway, we can continue, and let us, talk about some of these issues. You are still exporting electricity. Vaaka in the HDM is still exporting electricity, and yet Zambians are going days without electricity. Days they are going without electricity. Is that real? Is that governance? Everything wabaka in the HDM. Everything you start Amalite Taya, Mabarak Samarite Taya. For years, we have a drought and whatever, but you will not find that Mubarak Samarite here. Hello?
Oh.
Thank you, you have called back. I was phone cut. I wanted to hear your point. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my point is this. When you see the China trip, our president has just gone there to fulfill the main agenda, and which is a very shame for our country. There are other presidents who are part of the agenda. While ours is just there to fulfill the agenda. Secondly, when he went to China last year, he came back saying, we have started listening to him, and others have even stopped listening to him. Only these people who are called praise fools that just want to praise because their praising is based on one thing, and I'll say it and I'm not even going to regret. It's based on tribal lines. That's it. Anyway, thank you, Achifia. God bless you, and we'll continue supporting you in our prayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Of course, he had to go. He was invited, but really, we don't have a well-defined foreign policy which would attract other interests. Even investment, we don't have it. Ama Chinese badia. Ama Chinese bashala Zambia ba no. Even ama Chinese badia. Opo haka in the HDM Aishila. A number of Chinese have gone. Because of haka in the HDM. So, if you want, ninchipaka issue kaniko sensitive waka. So, abantu baletina okuposa po, but if you ndandire, if you want that, ukwebere mfano ko mutanshi, ukwebere mfano ko mutanshi. If ina mieva pa, fika nkala sana muikonkela noko bati yo tayari katayari mumfuikishe bwino sana mumfuikishe bwino teina ndeirishani era mwimona ati yo muntu umu vengi badeirishani so muposeko sana mano bali.
Hello.
Yes sir.
Mkwai bachilufya weso.
Nabalande mkwai.
Tulefa fye ukumkoselesha nawo twamva abafyashi bamubere koselesha nawe twakoselesha fofine mule muchika bafe bwino nomba ndefo kulanda pali ababene bali mushulumpolo abo bakisesa bakisozo kitontoli abaire n'obusali ku makko chakwe bati echo bafuire okwishwa chakwe bati imwe you are not scandalous, because even on that day that you were talking about you are advising them, but you know when you are persecuting these people, you are actually advertising them, which actually happened to him when he went to Eastern Province and all the places that he was told bring a passport, all those funny issues that were happening. And some of us, that it was at that point that we decided to give him our vote. But they've forgotten that this time around, they are going to lose in a way that they will never believe, because people are going to use Dumwe's theory that they have come up about with. They will never believe, because onse kuma northern province kuma mchinga kuma lwapuloku, this time around they will never believe, and they think it is the same trajectory which will continue. The same way 30,000 against 200 is what is going to happen Pula, Umuchinga, Konse, Kumona, Konse, all non-Zambezi areas. So, Chochena, Chak, Konkomesha, Ukuti Konso, Lubembalonse, Fio Lubembalonse. Unomukuna ifoku votelo wesu tetribalism wow tetribalism bena kanga bena fyo bavotelo wako na ifoku votelo wesu
number mamona.
So your point yo eneyo tufireve tuirapita na mumba linokumfwenso ni vachirufya mwati mule mufa
nde umfa although I don't agree with you.
You don't, why?
No, I don't.
Against 8,000.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. For me, frankly speaking, I don't want, at this point, I don't want to cause the division further. Zambia is so divided. So we should not divide it further. We shouldn't divide it further. If anything, we should try to close up the gap. So at the moment, for me, I am saying, na papata, let us look at the issue of one Zambia, one nation. Because even southern province, there are people who are suffering there. But chula. So instead of saying that Ulubemba, look at me, look at Votero Wesu, I think what we should say is that Vane wonse fwe vale chula. Na mweba ku southern province, na mweba ku northwestern province, na imwebe ene, pantu mule chula, chen tu vote chapamo. I think that's a message we should be carrying. We should be calling all those who are suffering to vote against Hakainde Hichilema. Other than talking like we are going to vote against the southern, I think that one is not good. That is my view.
Bachirufya, namwachi ngatako bachene kiki ngamula berenga. Kutuka mkonga kufika na pakasongo twe. Mkonga. Wonse mule konka amaki na nomba aba mulanga na ngoba abana ndefya ifya aba against ndefya mule kusa. Mule konka nomba ngamwati mwene keshe batinja na mashina nomba bala bikata mashina alubane kiki bali katamu strongu. We don't the power to the people that body change a machine. Woman, body equal.
chine umfweni icho mwalanda chishinka ukwebati there are a number of people that criticize me. They are coming from the Zambezi region, but at the same time there are also at the same time there are also people who are coming from the same region who are actually very supportive. Some of them balantumina kona kangwe tetimbepe. So in I've got even people who are Tonga and they sacrifice part of their money, they send it to me. Honestly, would I be fair to say, let's vote against the Southern? No, I don't think so. So yes, there are those who are criticizing me coming from the same region, but I also have very strong people that are supporting me coming from the same region.
Oh, that's a Shabbat.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Mwabomba chani?
I'm kama bombe.
Mwabomba chani?
I'm kama bombeni.
Mkwani? Mkwani. Aona hili ndeko anunja upali juwala hata wa brother wa tiranda ti. Ukubotela uweni. Nita tayari. Hapo niyo hii. Aba nensu. Eraba ni zauti ya kumakulia. Nito wabotelo hapo. Ibili tionse tuengalanda. Kuile ba umpwa. Andiko kuile ba chita. So eftura ndapo kwewa ti. Ukukwena na kwena. Kwewa abantu chinko kutira. Na inu potele juwe. Era pinga wape na bwima. Nambati zauti zero nga kwa bwima. Na ligi ngira mulanda kwa cho ligi cha nyuko cho bali kina mali zauti. Niko panto botelo wa hapo. Na tabotelo wa hapo na ligi metakuba.
Tamuleana mkuchitane just ama voters. Mwali mona line abanene vale panga line ya kuvota. Ya kuchita vota. Mwali mona?
Izona kuishiwa. Kuti baya potelo wa nomba. Ama district yo beta open kunoze mpicho. Aya kwebati abantu pale continue ile nation yabako. Ni yanga ama district. If you asking Rwakula maybe something only. Go to northern province, but you know my areas. When a kuri ama district time.
Yo, now for natotera. Hello? Hello?
Abwa mkuru ulise.
Nilichape bwino bwana bwanji.
Muzi ya wakamba. Awagawacho kukamba wawudi. Like members wakavotere wao. Or maybe listeners wakavotere grand member. In your point wakamba iniitenga shitu chemu.
Nawe ukuitizana naye. Okay.
Website because there's no way whereby you are not done. Then ukakumbuka unchito pesa daily, wende bawako wakumenyera mwana. Then ukakumbuka pesa wende bawako wakumenyera mwana. Nao dena ngumenya kwa wako. Wakamba.
Kumuchamo bwana naye.
Tena wakutika wachaya, mwana kakumanya kani yomenya mwao mwana kai.
So that was ati wakalipa manje.
Wakamba na vyakuza mchezazona wakamba. Imo muri mtauni ipesipese kama makomboni ingera kwa wakamba wakamba. Weza wakamba kutuwa tenda ula ukivintigiri mutu. Weze ingera iya ikivirisha be mutu mungu kuenda mungua. Weze tuwa dandaula ikibati. Ikibishina nga dandaula bati weze wakatenda ula kwa vilivonsi. But the impact was as long as they wow at the pump. Must understand it.
Na invest. Ni invest.
So you can take effect after Temuria, one Zambia, one mission to go a day. If you want to put one Zambia, one mission, and that way next to buy this time. Okay, that's not enough when I ndiye manje mubai muvantu vako tupeze kama ndiye mutala tarutika kwamba kachani
Imagine.
ndikufuna ni pafupi asibhuruva kunenge pafupi munyingi chinosarira kumwanza ndio ndiko imwazibhuruva kuse muri muno mtsako ine mupafupi natupeze kama bhuruva tumufutika ine ndakachapa chislaime asibhuruva nakuuzani
Namvesa mwana, namvesa bwino, namvesa.
Vechitapa tisingaimwe kuti munhu kusiona vamene mupfutikira anditiza kuita chaexactly ilayo nyumba yonse chepamunhu umodzi ona mungasitiona sekuspika mabhuru vati mona ngatimukonzera titisezi sikamba but vakapika time dzakafamba
Namvesa zikomo.
no.
You see, this is one thing for me. I like it when people express themselves, even if you don't agree with me. I like dissenting views. I'm not like Waka in the HDMO wants us to hear praises. Hello? Yes, sir. Hello?
Information that we need to. There's some information that we need to verify. I'm told they are foreign nationals who are having some dark meetings with our ECZ, our Electoral Commission of Zambia, at some empty hotel.
Okay.
Lusaka.
At they are having what? There are people who are foreign nationals who are doing what?
Who are having that meetings with our Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Okay.
Top management, yes.
Okay.
So I'm yet to verify. I think I'll pass through that hotel when I knock off today.
Please do, and then let us know. You can send me whatever you find out.
I just
yeah.
Otherwise it's a credible.
Yeah. No. Let's find out. Let's find out first.
From there, who was...
Let's find out that. Then we can talk about it. Hello. 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 Yeah. Anyway. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I think I'll leave it there for today. I think the message has been carried. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia. Bye-bye.